Kia ora everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with Whatcha Working On Wednesday, where we go through all my whips from the week and all the things that I've been working on, and I ask you the most important question: what you've been working on. I would love to hear from you down below to see what you've been working on, what your current whips are, what's on the table with you. So be sure to comment down below and let me know, because I love hearing from you. There's not a lot of books on the table today. I have been working in a lot more. I've just been finishing off a lot of stuff this week, which is great because this is the final Whatcha Working On Wednesday for July. We're very close to the end of the month as I film this. It's the 29th for Aotearoa. It'll be the 29th on Wednesday for most of the world, because that's how time works, you know? Anyway, I'm rambling. So I have been finishing off a ton of whips, which is fantastic because that's what we love. I still have a pile of whips because that's me and that's how I operate. But I will show you the things specifically that I have been working on this week. So first up, Precious Planet, my obsession book this month. I have got, I don't know if you'll be able to see all the bookmarks, but there's been a lot of work done in this book this month, and I am not stopping. So currently I'm working on a big double page spread here. I showed you last week the background, the very chaotic, messy background, and I love how that background came together, but it was definitely looking overwhelming. I've now done a bit of work in it and it's starting to make a lot more sense. So I went over the pattern that was printed on there. It was super golden markers, so this part's real shiny and reflective, and then I used acrylic paint pens to just base each of these tuna, and then I am slowly making my way with Langro gel pens. I have all the colors written down here, so quite a number of them, but I'm slowly getting in there and pottering away at the patterns on the fish. So I've finished one fish. I've almost finished the second one. You can see there the start of the pattern. So yeah, slowly picking away at it, and that'll be the sort of thing I just pick away at little by little. It's yeah, I really love Millie. I've really fallen into a big rabbit hole with her, and yeah, there's a lot to show you this month in this book. So yeah, be prepared for quite a lot of Millie and completed pages, because yeah, there's quite a bit done in here this month. This seems to be the Millie book. And then the book that will probably be the Millie book next month is Curious Creatures. This is a new one for me. It was one of 3 that I was missing from my collection, so I'm now missing 2. I need Wild Savannah and Tropical Wonderland are the 2 books that remain, plus compilations, but yeah, I'm not worried about those. But these 2 here, Tropical Wonderland and Wild Savannah, they are older books from her collection as well, so I do want to get my hands on them. Absolutely gorgeous once again. And so I've done a couple of backgrounds in here. So I've done the background of this one. Once again, I'll come in with Langro gel pens and just colour that in bit by bit. You can see that one coming together. That one looks really cool. I can see that one in gel pens coloured like the actual colours of the bird and the leaves, and yeah. And then I did this background. Now this background's a bit of a mess. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see very clearly the lines for it. It's a platypus. But I went a bit nuts with how I did the watercolor background. It's not an issue for where it's bled over here, because I'll just paint that background and color that. That's easy solve. But there's a lot of shimmer in here, and the Langrels don't like to work over the top of the shimmer watercolors very easily. So I'm thinking I might need to look at a different medium for coloring this in. Prismacolors would work on the top really well, or I could look at metallic gel pens. I have some like really juicy metallic gel pens that would work, maybe a combination of the 2. But I don't know if more metallic would look right on top of this. So yeah, I've just got to decide that. I just know from experience the Langrels aren't a big fan of the iridescent watercolor, and I used a lot of it in here. Like with this other background. Where'd you go? Not too far. This one, it is iridescent, but it's like little splatters, so it's not hard to work over. Whereas this one, it's like the whole thing went smushy. So yeah, so just got to decide that, but I'll probably put that into next month's. Yeah, I would. So originally, if you haven't caught my community post, I was meant to be having an op tomorrow. So my plan originally was to have a whole bunch of pages based with backgrounds. So that post-op, I could just sit there with gel pens and colour in and not have to move out of bed. But if you might be able to hear, there's a little remnant of a cold. I unfortunately have been sick, and that has had to postpone my op. So yeah. So I didn't end up doing the massive amount of basing that I was going to do, because I'm not doing the massive amount of post-op colouring that I was going to do, because the op isn't happening tomorrow like I originally was going to happen. And that's okay. It's still happening. It's just postponed. All right, and the third... Oh, I forgot to put away... Oh, I forgot to put away a protection sheet. That's not good. That goes in there. Okay, the third one is from Romantic Country by Eriy. Now, this one is technically a completed page. This one was done for Jess's Romantic Country 2 full book collab. And I got it finished to a point that I was happy to call it done. But I was very sick at the time, so I did not put in the best effort that I could have done. And one of the big things that I really wanted to do was all the details up here. Originally, I wanted them in gold, and I was just so sick that I ran out of time to go over everything in gold. But now that I was feeling still sick, but a little better, I was like, you know what? I'll start going over them. So I'm using a Signo Uniball gold pigment ink gel pen, and just working my way piece by piece over it. And that's what we're going to work on today. Is we chat and catch up about the week. So yeah, literally just taking this pen, going over the lines that are there, and I think you can see the difference between the golden and the not golden. It just brings so much warmth and life to the page. So once it's all done, it's going to look so much better. I may also, the original plan was also to go over their clothes with scrapbooking papers. I did just find secondhand a paper making kit, and my thought was actually I could make the colours in the paper and make my own paper. I have a photocopy, I have a couple of photocopies of this page, so I can like use that to trace out making the addresses. And yeah, I've got a few ideas that I'm going to play around with just to add to this page, because like I like what I've done, but it feels very much like a base level. Plus I need to go in and actually add stars to the night sky, because I just forgot to do that. So yeah, I was happy to call it done just to meet my obligation. It was like done, but it wasn't done to the level that I originally saw. So now I'm going back and adding into it. And there's nothing saying you can't go back in and amend pages once they're done, you know? Like, yeah. So yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week so far. As I was saying, I was meant to be getting an operation tomorrow. I was meant to be having my dental procedure, but yeah, I went to my pre-op appointment Tuesday last week, and that was good, but I was starting to get a bit of a tickle in my throat. And then Wednesday I started feeling a bit worse. I filmed Whatcha Working On Wednesday, and yeah, it was pretty clear by Friday that I was not well. And Friday I was meant to go to my anesthetic appointment, and that's when I rang and said, look, I think I've got something, and it's too close to the operation date, because by that stage we were a week out, and I was like, I think I have a cold. And I know how colds are with me, and they do hang around a while. Yeah, I've got a bit of a viral infection, unfortunately, so, because I did go to the doctor just in case it was something else. But no, just your classic old cold. Sucky, nasty one that's being a poop. But yeah, kind of sucks. But it's in the best interest, because, you know, don't want to have to be going under anesthetic when you're all congested and can't breathe properly, and they need you breathing properly because you're on anesthetic and all that sort of stuff. So safety-wise, it just made sense to postpone, and I postponed early enough that they could fill that slot with somebody else. So somebody else got bumped from the list, and yeah, I just slotted in. So yeah, I have got a new date. It's the 10th of September, so it's about 6 weeks away, which that part sucks that it's going to be 6 weeks, but you know, what can you do? And it still was the right decision. It just sucks. But yeah, it did change how I was going to do things, because originally I wasn't going to be filming Whatcha Working On Wednesday today. Instead, I was going to film completed pages, and then just start prepping even more pages to be based and ready to go. So that when I come out of surgery, it was like, wham, bam, here you go. You can get to colouring. And I could just curl up in bed and colour with pencils beside me or whatever, or gel pens, and, you know, not have to pull out big heavy boxes of things. And same as what I did when I had my hysterectomy, where I just prepped a bunch of stuff and curled up in bed and coloured. That was the plan, but the plan did not come to fruition. Okay, that one's extra wide because I missed the line. Same with there. I don't have the best hands for this, so we do our best, but I definitely missed some lines. That's okay. But yeah, I think it just looks so much better with the gold. My inspiration was the Hall of Mirrors and the Palace of Versailles. That sort of rich cream and gold, and yeah, that's what I wanted to sort of portray. So I haven't decided yet what I'm doing down here on these bits. That's why I haven't coloured that part in gold, but I will bring some gold down there at the very least. But yeah, and then when I go over the clothes, I may bring in like gold elements to the clothes, or I don't know. I've still got to figure that part out. But as I said, I've got a paper making kit, so I could make my own paper for it too, which could be fun. As I said, there's nothing wrong with it as is. It is completed. I could leave it completed and it would be fine. I saw more to it, and I wanna do what I saw. So yeah, it's been some of the coldest days of the year so far as well. It is freezing here at the moment. I'm living on hot coffee. Shadow keeps on trying to cuddle up to us because he's cold as well. We actually think he's not particularly well at the moment. He's been refusing a lot of food and not eating. And then yesterday when he ate, both times he had food and then he actually brought it back up. So he's not very well at the moment. We are very much keeping an eye on him. He was overdue for his flea and worm treatment. So we gave him that. We're going to see if that is, you know, the reason why he's not feeling great. But if in a couple of days he's still refusing to eat, we will have to take him to the vet, because, yeah, poor guy's, he seems fine. Like, he's still purring, he's still cuddling away, he seems fine. He's just not wanting to eat right now. And then, as I said yesterday, the 2 times he did eat, he wasn't able to keep it down. But I mean, he does nibble on biscuits. He's nibbled on some biscuits this morning, so he is still like nibbling on stuff. He's just not eating his wet food like usual. As I said, he was a little overdue for his flea treatment, which also has his worm treatment in there, which is on me because I couldn't lift him post surgery and I couldn't hold him properly, so I haven't been able to administer it. So I administered it today. So we're just gonna wait for that to take effect and just double check it wasn't, you know, just the fact he's overdue for his meds. But yeah, he is an older cat as well, and he's definitely feeling the cold as well. Yeah, don't worry, we are keeping an eye on him. We're pretty sure he's just having a moment. But he's an older cat, so we keep an eye on him. How am I going to do those stars without bumping the gold? Because this gel pen takes a while to dry down. I need to not like rub my hand anywhere. I did accidentally rub my hand against it. I managed to clean out some of it. In fact, now it's dried down a bit more. I might be able to scrape a bit more off, because I kind of burnished the colours underneath, so not really. That's okay. It just has a smudge on the curtains there. It's just a little smudge. But yeah, I hope you can kind of see where I'm going with this gold and the difference that it makes. Now, do I colour in the stars fully or just outline them? Let's just outline for now, because I can always solidly colour them in later on. Because in my head I was going to do them solid, but outline may be better because the top is getting very gold heavy. Probably will need to bring some gold down to the bottom just to help balance it, so might need to do some gold into their clothes. And just about there. Sorry, got really into concentration mode there. It's a bit hard with the gel pens and the outlining on my hands, so yeah, I think for now we'll just leave it outlined. I may go back in and add it more solidly later on, but for now we'll just leave it outlined and judge when the whole thing is done. I also want to do the chandelier, so but I might come back to that one too. And see how we go. So yeah, there's plans for the rest of the today, because it's the 29th, so obviously I want to try and finish off a few different things. I'm not going to be able to finish off this page entirely, because unless I figure out the paper making. Actually, it is a semi-fine day today. Maybe I could figure out paper making. I don't know. I'll have a look into it. I haven't fully read the instructions yet. And yeah, so I've got this one. I've got the couple millies. I'd like to. I don't think I'm going to finish the fish one, so like I don't feel the need to like. Not that I have to finish them because we're coming near to the end of the month, but it is quite nice to finish off something when it's the end of the month, you know. Yeah, I've got sorry, I'm also like super concentrating here. I've got, what else have I started working on? Oh, I've got the Dragons of the Realms page. That might be quite nice to get done. That one, depending how I go, could possibly get finished. I've got some original art that I need to get finished, actually. Should try and focus on getting that done. Alright, there's our rooftop. Nope, didn't put on the gold, did I? No. Gotta be so careful, because this gel pen stays wet for ages. I also have to leave the book open. Like, I left it open overnight just to guarantee what I did yesterday it dried down. I've started reading a few books as well. I finally got the third Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I'm having to like read it physically because I haven't been able to get it as an audiobook from my library. So I've been reading that one, which is a real change, but it's quite nice to just go to bed and read like 100 pages or so and then go to sleep. About a third of the way through the book, so I'm a bit of a speed reader, so it's not too bad. But then I find myself getting sleepy really quickly, which is great. So then I switched to an audiobook, and because the third Crescent City book has brought up some, as a crossover, spoilers, but it has a crossover to the ACOTAR series and also Throne of Glass series. But it's made me want to realise that ACOTAR 5, Court of Thorns and Roses, book 5, I actually didn't like the end of it. I don't remember it all that well, and that makes sense because I haven't, out of all the ACOTARs, that's the one that I've only read once. So I also got the audiobook of that, and so I've been listening to that and reworking my way through that one. So that's been quite nice. I also I picked up the Powerless colouring book, and so I am also wanting to do the Powerless series because I enjoy colouring books of a series that I'm reading. So I should be colouring in the ACOTAR colouring book at the same time, but yeah, I wish there was a Crescent City colouring book. That would be very cool. Alright, we're just about finished all the polls here. Cool. Yeah, it's already looking so much warmer and so much richer just by having that gold. I still know I've still got one curtain to go. But yeah, it's just such a difference with that gold already, like compared to that undone curtain. So much more warmer and richer, and that's what I was imagining. Yeah, so I've still got one more curtain to go, and I've still got that part up there to go, but I don't have a lot else to catch up with you with life at the moment. It's much of a muchness. We're family's sick, and we're carrying on as we do. I don't have the most exciting life, and unfortunately, because I'm sick, I haven't started a lot of new things, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little catch up about the week so far and enjoyed seeing a little bit of the progress in here. As a reminder, I love to hear from you to know what you are working on, so be sure to let me know what you're working on down below so that I can hear from you. If you want to watch any others in this series where I just ramble about the week and do a little bit of colouring and see how things change week to week and what's on my table week to week, there's a whole playlist of these videos that I'll link down below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Tēnā koutou. Oli araha to you all. I don't know why my brain just absolutely frozen. See you later. Bye. you.